spatial, interpersonal, mathematical, musical.
Since I'm better at word problems than doing art projects, doesn't that mean I'm a left brain learner?
People have told me that humans only use 20% of their brains. Is that really true?
There are many misconceptions out there involving how people think and learn. Many of these misconceptions come from education and psychology theories that have, over time, been hyped by developers with inadequate grounding in those theories as a way for teachers to structure their classrooms and direct the way they engage with students and their learning.
Although all these theories seem well-grounded, there are many problems with educators implementing them so heavily in their classrooms. And why does this matter? Well, a student's learning rarely fits the cookie-cutter mold, and using a theory-based design when developing lesson plans can lead to a disservice to the students that you teach.
Developed by Howard Gardner, the theory of multiple intelligence has been taken by educators and distorted to make specialized tests and categorize students in their classrooms. Gardner's theory focuses around a list of 8 intelligence, but what is often misunderstood is that there are not just 8 characteristics, and no person will fit into only one single category. Gardner's idea led many educators to believe that deficits in intelligence could be overcome by matching teaching styles to students' intelligence. Research shows that although students may differ in abilities, they learn best when given multiple ways to engage with the content, not just when instruction is tailored to a multiple intelligence. The misconception with multiple intelligence have more to do with thinking that each student can only learn best through his or her strongest intelligence, and that intelligence is some sort of entity that people have. However, as we know, this is not true, as each child has multiple different learning styles and strengths.
This myth grew out of observational studies done on the human brain by famous neuropsychologist Roger Sperry, who proposed that the right side of the brain is best at artistic and creative tasks, while the left side of the brain is considered to be skillful at tasks that involve logic and analytical thinking. However, many recent studies have found there is no evidence that people use one side of their brain over the other. While brain activity is sometimes higher in certain left or right brain areas, both sides of the brain are equal in their activity on average, and both sides are needed for almost all tasks to be completed. This is a popular theory that persists in classrooms, and teachers need to be aware that although one student might prefer analytical versus creative thinking, a classroom should be constructed to nurture the brain as well as a whole, not categorize students as left or right brain thinkers and learners.
And what he said is correct, but there are many other misconceptions involving the brain that circulate and take root in the classroom. Ideas like the brain grows in holistic spurts, or that humans only use 20% of their brains, are other misconceptions believed by educators and parents. Like the prior misconceptions we've discussed, this one may be grounded in science, but is not supported by valid findings. What we do know is that the connections in the brain are built by experience, and the more a student or child interacts with a particular concept, the stronger that connection is made in the brain. Over time, learning changes the physical structure of the brain, and the brain may be ready to learn at different times. Because of this, teachers should design a classroom that allows ample time for students to interact with a concept on multiple occasions in multiple ways, so that they create a connection to the concept in an authentic way. In this way, they will be able to understand that concept and in the future carry it across to other subject areas.
So why does knowing about misconceptions matter? Does implementing many of these theories create a long-time problem with students and how they think and learn? Dr. Esping at Texas Christian University has this to say.
Well, if they're relying on misconceptions, then they're making a lot of mistakes. If they're over-relying on theories, I think you could do that if you do it blindly and you don't really watch the outcome and see if the lenses you're using to understand what's going on in a classroom are the appropriate lenses. I mean, you can put on a pair of glasses and it can bring the world into focus, or if it's the wrong pair of glasses, it can make things more blurry. So teachers should ask themselves, is this helping me to see more clearly or not?
As you can see, these theories add valuable information for teachers to use in creating a lesson plan. However, they should not be used as the foundation of a teacher's classroom curriculum. So whether these theories are something you've heard of or have been taught, the bottom line is that misconceptions interfere with learning. And if we as educators are creating classrooms based on unfounded theories, then our students will be at a disadvantage to capitalize on their cognitive potential. Remember, no child will fit the perfect mold, and we owe it to every student that passes through our classroom to give them the practical tools they need to become experts at understanding how they think and learn. Students, just like me.
Like me.
Like me.
Like me.